Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the elder, apostles, and the bishops of GMS who rules well. Peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Anah. I'm back. I want to talk about a few things. Basically, this outage that has happened regarding the cell phone outage. I got put up some articles that we're going to get into, a few scriptures. This is just a simple blowing of the trumpet. This is just a taste of things to come. It says here FBI director issues stark warning about the threat of Chinese hackers. And we know the world was given to the wicked, and the wicked are trained speaking lies, as soon as they be born. And this is another one of their lies, in my opinion. I believe so because they're trying to find a boogeyman, to take the blame for the things that they're trying to issue in regarding the New World Order and basically the crumbling down of the current structure that they have built up. They're trying to issue in a new structure, and they're just playing on hearts and minds of people. Tell them certain things to make them confused, to make them scared, to make them worry. You know, let's listen to what this guy has to say.
China's multi-pronged assault on our national and economic security make it the defining threat of our generation. There has been far too little public focus on the fact that PRC hackers are targeting our critical infrastructure, our water treatment plants, our electrical grid, our oil and natural gas pipelines, our transportation systems, and the risk that poses to every American requires our attention now. China's hackers are positioning on American infrastructure in preparation to wreak havoc and cause real-world harm to American citizens and communities if and when China decides the time has come to strike. To quantify what we're up against, the PRC has a bigger hacking program than that of every major nation combined. In fact, if you took every single one of the FBI's cyber agents and intelligence analysts and focused them exclusively on the China threat, China's hackers would still outnumber FBI cyber personnel by at least 50 to 1. I do not want those watching today to think we can't protect ourselves. But I do want the American people to know that we cannot afford to sleep on this danger.
All right, so yeah, um, with all that to sum up what he was just talking about, like I said, they're just finding someone to point the finger at for whatever they got planned. Because I didn't see nowhere in this video where, well, this is our solution or this is what we're gonna do. I don't know, to face China, to stop China, whatever they're trying to do, right? It's just basically BS to put out there so people can think, oh, this is the enemy, and basically they don't care what they're doing with the people's lives. They don't care who it affects, because they have a short time. They're trying to issue in what they're trying to issue in, and in the next article right here, we can see that it affected people, in more ways than we might have not thought. This CNN article right here says Uber driver Damian Reyes was on his second ride of the day in the early hours of Thursday morning when he noticed something strange happening to his AT&T phone. First, his screaming music stopped playing. He restarted his phone, but his ride-sharing app went completely blank, he told CNN, all while he had passengers in the back seat, right? So this Uber driver was, working, and basically with this power outage, he was unable to work for that day. You know, I couldn't work the whole day. Basically, he said I thought it would probably come back on soon, and I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. Left unable to pick up passengers, Reyes, who drives for Uber as his full-time job in Jacksonville, Florida, was one of millions of AT&T customers who struggled with a prolonged nationwide outage on Thursday. He was left frustrated with the lack of communication by the AT&T throughout the outage, right? And AT&T can't do nothing for you, right? We have the wicked of the world out here doing what they're gonna do. So you need Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But yeah, basically with that, now imagine if this went on, for I don't know, 2 months or something. Rent due every month. You got 2 months and you can't even work, because of your phone because of Esau here playing, stupid games. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, this is just a blown of the trumpet. these things uh, can continue to happen, will happen, as Esau try to figure out his perfect plan to how he's gonna issue in, this great tribulation that's coming down to earth, to Babylon the Great. Revelation 12:12 it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe, yeah, we're just gonna get woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." Yeah, because this is sloppy work. FBI director says China's cyber attacks on U.S. infrastructure now at unprecedented scale, right? And then what they did was right after this interview right here, now we got um, a phone outage, right? And then this article right here, they might have an ad actually. Basically, they was leaning towards the fact that this might be some type of attack. Right. It says the incident also quickly raised questions about whether malicious activity could have caused outage and could present an ongoing threat to U.S. cell networks. So who who in U.S. is messing with cell networks, right? Nobody. So that just goes into this dude talking about maybe it's China. Then him a week later, now we having a cell phone outage, right? So that's sloppy work. The devil has a short time, and basically he's issuing in, like I said, that new world order, and he also has to order out of chaos, bring in gradualism, right? Get people familiar with, okay, well, this is China, we're gonna have an outage, or this is Russia, we're gonna have this, right? There's Proverbs 4:16. It says, "For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall." Right. So them reading this story right here, it probably was a good thing for them to know that some people couldn't work, some people couldn't do this because they don't like us, They don't like us. So this was a good thing to hear. Oh, this dude couldn't work, basically. It says, "For they sleep not, except they have done mischief." So those people, which is the wicked of the world, Esau, Edom, after they committed this act, they went to sleep peacefully. While this dude didn't make his money for the month. And just imagine if you working a certain amount of days and it's okay. I make this much, and you add it to your pile of money that you got to put towards your bills, and now you missing one day, so you got to work extra hard. And Esau is sleeping, peacefully now that he has caused you something to fall. Second Corinthians 2:11 says, "Least Satan should get advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices." Right, and that's plain. We understand that Esau's the one out here trying to do what he's doing, to issuing his new world order. Basically, let's get that. Jacob, let's get some Jacob's trouble. KJV. It's Jeremiah 36:8. It says, "Actually now and see whether a man doeth travail." Hold on, let me get the filter out there. Or we just start at 1. It says, "The word that came to Jeremiah," this is Jeremiah 30:1. It says, "The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord Yahweh of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. For lo, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will bring again the captivity of my people, Israel and Judah, saith the Lord, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it," which we will do. All right, we were just waiting on Yahweh Shai to come through with them chariots. And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord, We have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doeth travail with child, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness, right? And just like right here, I didn't even think I finished reading it. It said I couldn't work the whole day. This is the Uber driver. It says I couldn't work the whole day, basically. He said I thought it would have probably come back on soon, and I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. He said left Left unable to pick up passengers, Reyes, who drives for Uber as his full-time job in Jacksonville, yeah, where it said, yeah, he said he was left frustrated with the lack of communication, right? So this man, he was, and that's nothing compared to the time that's come. But this is just, this is just something. This is just a small part of it. It says, and all faces are turned into paleness. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, right? The elect of Israel will be saved out of Jacob's trouble, but we just got to measure the time diligently and see what's going on, right? We have basically tests are being made, um, to test out what's going on. Just like what did Bill Gates say? He said the COVID, the COVID-19 or whatever is that was just like a test run. The new one that's coming out is gonna really raise eyebrows, right? So they're doing a lot of tests of certain things to bring in this time of Jacob's trouble, right? But we understand that it's Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai doing all of this. But it's a perfect movie. So Esau, he's doing his little things or whatever. Like I said, tests. And you people are getting the back end of it, and that's why you need Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right? To hold you even in this time. There's little things that's happening. You know what I mean? Just like when the COVID-19 that happened, men of the Lord having faith in Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, they didn't lose jobs. They was all right. A lot of people lost jobs. A lot of people, certain things happen. But because, we have faith in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, most brothers and most people made it out okay. It says, for it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve the Lord their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Right. So this basically like I said, we're waiting on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah to come through the sky with the clouds and redeem us in that day. Right. So the point I wanted to get was right here, Jacob's trouble, which is it says for last that day is great, so that is none like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Now let me get uh it says the alarm over an outage of a major cell network that at one point affected more than 70,000 customers is understandable, right? So basically about 70,000 people. And at least one police department reported that its 911 line was briefly flooded with people dialing to see if their calls would go through from their cell phones. So this was just one little incident that lasted about 12 hours. Did you see it right there? Right here. It lasted about 12 hours, and it said their line was flooded with people trying to call 911. So in that day of Jacob's trouble, it won't, this little test that has happened will be part of Jacob's trouble. It won't be police, it won't be cell phones, it won't be none of that. It'll be a time like never before seen. So you can only imagine in that day how it's gonna be basically. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. It's just simple blowing of a trumpet. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, right? He's trying to point the finger at different nations, different people saying, okay, this is the boogeyman, basically for the things that I'm about to bring upon earth to issue in this new world order. So with that, I want to say shalom.